Welcome to The Last Rites. Please do us a favour and give us a subscribe. I actually pronounced it correctly today. Let's talk about Diddy again. Currently sat in a jail somewhere in New York, I believe, facing charges of racketeering, transportation to engage in prostitution, additional allegations of freak offs. We'll get into that in a little bit. Physical abuse, bit of violence, drug use. All right, bit of drug use, eh? And sex trafficking. So that's obviously a big one. Now Apple has completely mixed up my monitors here, so let me just try and share this. There we go. We're figuring it out. I'll have to sort this out. I mean, we've got 1,000 bottles of baby oil in this headline. I've seen rumours of massive amounts of dildos, but we'll see. We'll see whether or not that's true. So basically, turn up to New York to self-surrender. Got arrested anyway. Got put in a jail cell for a while. Defence wanted to offer 50 million bail that he'd sold a house for and all the rest of it. Who can just pay off an $18 million mortgage just so he can try and offer a bail payment? Anyway, they haven't let him out. The prosecution have said, listen, far too dangerous to be released, pal. This article, questions are swirling around the salacious allegations. I mean, they've started with freak-off parties and the seizure of 1,000 bottles of baby oil. So let's have a look at what's going on over the. Even the Daily Mail is going to be a bit more sensible than this. Sorry about these adverts, guys. Nothing I can do about that. But I could throw my Mac out the window. The disgraced rap mogul was indicted Tuesday on a slew of crimes, including sex trafficking and racketeering, the same charges that put R. Kelly and Ranieri, the leader of the Nexium cult, behind bars. A creepy little fucker. In particular, racketeering charges are noted by the New York Times as useful against powerful defendants, as they allow prosecutors to build a case around an enterprise of accomplices dating back many years. Oh, they've got pictures from sketches from his court case. The federal charges can allow prosecutors to go after crimes dating beyond the statute of limitations. Oh, interesting. Diddy facing alleged crimes going back as far as 2008, including kidnapping, arson, bribery, and narcotics distribution. In the indictment, there's federal raids we saw with the militarized police sort of raiding his house. Looked a bit much at the time. But they have discovered 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant, and that is important. It's alleged that the rapper would coerce and manipulate victims into taking part into days-long sexual performances, which he dubbed freak-offs. The freak-offs were parties. You got all kinds of allegedly male prostitutes for people to sleep with, sort of forcing victims to participate, or very much coercing. So that in itself is probably a bit of a jail sentence. Diddy's associates would allegedly ply victims with drugs to keep them compliant and would make threats against anyone refusing to engage, in claims similar to those made in a civil case by his ex-girlfriend Cassie last year. These allegations were central to prosecutors bringing trafficking charges against the producer, with observers noting that authorities are increasingly expanding the lawsuit and their case. So yeah, this is probably going to grow. They're still looking into stuff. They've taken a lot of devices. They've seen video about some of this stuff happening. I think he beat up and dragged his girlfriend, was it Cassie, down a hotel lobby or in an elevator bank, and security intervened. He tried to bribe security allegedly, and then when he didn't take the money, they tried to bribe other members of the security, but the tape disappeared off a server. But now it's resurfaced. Obviously, the bribery. It's going to keep tacking these things on. I wouldn't be surprised if there was more that will come out of this as well. So we got the same attorney as Ranieri, right? So we don't want to go into Nexium right now. Yeah, they're talking about this Ranieri case here. Just some of Diddy's alleged crimes took place before the statute of limitations, so they're trying to go back before that and using an enterprise. So going through his whole business, really. But let's read more about these freak-off parties, really. Yeah, so he's currently awaiting trial in the jail cell. They've not let him out. The defence went, look, there's his passport. We're selling his jet. We've sold his house. Can he please come out? Nice guy and all that. And the defence said, no, dangerous guy. Known violence against women. He's already tried to contact witnesses after the civil lawsuit last year and coerce them into being on his side. He's got guns all over the place. That's what they're saying. He's dangerous, even if he's not a flight risk. He's dangerous to society and to women in particular, right? The indictment accuses Combs of presiding over a sordid empire of sexual crimes that uses power and prestige. First of all, let's go over his names. Use Copilot for this one. Puff Daddy. I mean, that was always a bit of a suspicious name in the 90s. Puffy, yeah. P. Diddy, sounds weird. Diddy, sounds like Diddler. Briefly, became Swag in 2011. And then 2017, he would be known as Love or Brother Love. Probably only a matter of time. Probably in 2026, he just would have called himself Rapey and just be done with it. Free costs for the gatherings, which Diddy allegedly wielded his power to lure victims into sex acts with male commercial workers, sex workers. And the Bad Boy Records founder is accused of facilitating a network of associates and employees who helped keep victims in line using blackmail, like the videos taken during parties. And a guy like him's probably got a lot of video on his laptops, right? Which a lot of these things have been seized. I think they've seized like 90 devices or something. Might be making that up. The employees would allegedly be charged. The thing is, he's got to get assistants and employees and PAs and all the rest of it to help him out, security. What the feds will do is bring them in because they're involved and say, listen, we'll go at you to a lesser extent if you tell us everything, most likely. So the employees are facilitating the free costs by booking hotel rooms. They would allegedly arrange travel, sex workers, and Diddy, in addition to delivering cash to pay the workers and schedule IV fluid deliveries, with ketamine in, GHB, and yes, GHB and ketamine were used allegedly. And they would occur regularly, and supplies would be delivered, including drugs and baby oil. Listen, sounds like a weekend, but only if you're up for it, you know? They also arranged travel for victims, sex workers, and Combs, resupplied him with necessary items. Resupplied, just stuck his hand out the window, needs another dildo and a bottle of lube. Delivered cash to pay the workers and scheduled. It's kind of repeated that paragraph there. They also found in his house in LA and Miami narcotics videos, 3 AR-15s with defaced serial numbers, weapons felonies. That's a prison sentence alone. Boring off your serial numbers. Could he go to prison? I would think so. A conviction on every charge would require a mandatory 15-year prison sentence with a possibility of a life sentence. So yeah, he's 54, isn't he? He'll be coming out when he's 80, most likely, when this goes to trial. But that's only the start of it. It looks suspicious. And never trust a man. This damn monitors again. Never trust a man who has had more than 3 names in his lifetime. He's had about 6. Swag. He briefly became Swag. And just call him prison rape now, probably. That was... I can say it's inappropriate, but he's inappropriate more than me. Give us a subscribe. That would be lovely. And we'll see you later on. All right? We'll keep on top of the Diddy case. And maybe the NXIVM thing will go back to look into. That was always interesting. Anyway, Puff Swag. See you later.